Hello again, everyone. It's Tiger Arcade. Today we're going to be talking about the Moog Sound Studio 3. If you're not familiar with that, it's a bundle sold by Moog, and it includes 3 of their Eurorack semi-modulars. It's the DFAM, the Mother 32, and the Subharmonicon. So I've had the Moog Sound Studio for about 3 months, and I felt it was adequate time now to kind of give my assessment so far, what I think about it. I've never owned any of these instruments before. I'd never played any of them before. It was all really new to me, and I'm also kind of new into the whole modular, semi-modular world. And so again, this is more of a beginner's perspective on the Moog Sound Studio 3. Personally, I thought all 3 of these went really well together because I've had experience creating songs, and you kind of have to look at it like 3 different layers in a song, right? You have your percussion here, you have leads, and then down here, the Subharmonicon, let me just say, is a beast. It's very in-depth. It's easy to get lost in it. The Subharmonicon is great for the low end. Essentially, the Subharmonicon is polyrhythmic synthesizer. It uses sequences just like the Mother 32, and you can get a little bit more creative with your rhythms. I've actually created close to 30 songs already recording with this. You kind of have to change your way of thinking, because I'm used to thinking inside of a DAW where I can really edit things down and mix things up, but it is a bit limiting when using the Moog Sound Studio 3. But it's opened up new approaches for me when creating music. If I had to choose my favorite one out of the Moog Sound Studio 3, since again I've never used any of these before, I'd have to say my favorite might be the Mother 32. The Mother 32 is the original one, and then they started making more, like the DFAM came after, and then the Subharmonicon came after. I've probably used the Mother 32 the most when I plug it in via MIDI or create a sequence, and then I try to clock sync it to my DAW. That is when I find some good external uses for the Mother 32. I've recently had a lot of fun with the Subharmonicon by plugging in with MIDI. It's something I hadn't tried to do before, and I've been getting some really cool textures and sounds out of it. The DFAM is just really fun, because who doesn't like just messing around and making beats, right? So things that I don't like. I don't like that there is no USB ability in the back of any of these to, you know, plug it in immediately to your DAW and sync it up. There's quite a workaround, for me at least in my setup, to be able to clock sync it and use it in my DAW, which is my primary source for songwriting. That is kind of frustrating for me. I mean, the obvious one for some people is that you have to create patches to create other stuff, but that's kind of what you get when you get into semi-modular, so that one can be rather obvious. The one that I've had the most complications with, my least favorite, is the Subharmonicon. There's just so much fine-tuning and tweaking I feel like I have to do before I can play anything, to the point of just kind of getting really frustrated, but it's caused me to kind of reevaluate and read more into it, and as I've done that, I've learned to really appreciate the Subharmonicon more. The Mother 32, I've been disappointed with the sequencer and just some of the menu diving that I have to do in order to accomplish different things on it. It's rather frustrating. Honestly, the easiest one to use, in my opinion, is the DFAM. You can kind of create more than just percussion on it if that's what you're wanting to do, but it's really easy to throw something together, a little beat. I always have lots of fun with the DFAM. So overall, obviously the price is going to push a lot of people away, but it comes with more than you would expect. You don't just get this in the 3-tier. It comes with a mixer, it comes with artwork, it comes with cables. I mean, you really get more. And when you try to do the math and think, am I actually getting a bundle price here? Is this really a deal? The answer is yes. You are getting a deal by getting the bundle instead of just buying each of them individually and then buying a tier. Would I recommend it to people? Absolutely. Someone getting into semi-modular or wanting to get into the world of modular, I think that this is a great gateway, because the nice thing about semi-modular is the obvious one. You don't have to patch it to play it. Patching is how you explore it even further. That's kind of how I view semi-modular. That's what makes this a great tool for people trying to get into that. And even people that are more experienced, they'll just feel right at home playing one of these. So basically, to give my final analysis, I think that the Moog Sound Studio 3 is totally worth it. I love it. I'm not gonna be getting rid of it. I don't plan on doing that at all. Sometimes I get something and then I wanna return it, either within that time frame or try to sell it again. I have no intention of doing that with the Moog Sound Studio 3. I've been very impressed with it. I look forward to continue to learning more, and I do appreciate the firmware updates that they've been adding to improve the individual synthesizers. So I want to go ahead and just give a final demonstration of the sound of the product and kind of playing them all together and let you guys decide if you think it's good or not. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.